Hello everyone, I'm Don Singletary, and today we've got a lot to cover. We're going to go over a live trade or two, and we're going to talk about some of the subtleties of using the MACD as a trade signal indicator, as we do here. This is the only channel exclusively dedicated to helping home investors learn to trade the Micro Eminis. That and more coming up next. One of the most frequently asked questions I get from viewers and people who send me an email is, what's the best time of day to trade? If you're just beginning in trading futures and stock index futures in particularly, which is what we do here, if you ask 10 people, you might get 10 different answers of experienced traders of what's their favorite time to trade. It used to be a long time ago that people would say, well, the first hour and the last hour of the day session is going to be the best. But that's not really true anymore. We trade now pretty much 24/7, and there's international markets and electronic trading, and the rules have changed recently, so we got to take another look at this question and try to give it an answer that's pertinent to today. You can see between 9:30 a.m. and 4 p.m., that's Eastern Time, called the day session, and this is the NASDAQ100, my standard setup, with 5-minute increment candlesticks and the MACD trade signal indicator. You can see the volume at 9:30 and at 4 o'clock is higher. That's the vertical gray bars in the middle there. And you can see the MACD at the bottom really offers two good opportunities for trading. One is right after the opening, and the other would be in the afternoon around 2 o'clock when the market seems to want to go down, but it doesn't actually get to a trade signal. That rule for the sell is the green line is below the red line, and both those lines are below the zero line, which would be a sell just after 3 o'clock at right about here on the chart. But trading overnight now in the Globex session offers some great opportunities, and I've got a video on Globex trading. I'll put the link down below this video so you can take a look at that and maybe pick up some tips, because everybody isn't available from 9:30 to 4 Eastern Time to be able to trade, and it's no reason you can't trade successfully, because there's a lot of opportunity trading the Globex market. One friend of mine trades every morning between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. for that 3 hours. It just so happens that at about 5 a.m. Eastern Time is when the European markets are opening, and sometimes news hits the day at early hours, 5 or 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and can influence the market, and it offers some great trading opportunities. Now, a trader's dream is to have a time machine, and when we look at charts, is what I want to show you now, is how charts can make trading look deceptively easy when you have that time machine. You have what's called the genius of hindsight. You see here at about 7:30 in the morning on this day, the NASDAQ100 was trading at about 9,400, and by 9 o'clock, it was all the way down to 93.20. That's a move of 80 points or $160. So we can look down here at the MACD and try to study the trading signals during that segment. Now, to be able to get all of that $160 there, we either need a time machine or be a magician, because it's just impossible. You can't do it. And so what we have to do now is watch our MACD indicators and the crossovers and be able to use those signals. My guideline, I sometimes call them rules, but they're really guideline for the sell signal, is to have the green line below the red line, and that they both be below that zero reference line on the MACD. And you look at 8 o'clock, and right about here is a sell signal. So we're short at 93.80 at about 8:10 in the morning right there. If you think that we're going to be able to ride this trade all the way down to that perfect bottom at 93.20, you're wrong. Because our time machine's out of gas, the magician's out of town. So what we have to go by is the convergence of the red and green lines down here just a little bit after 9 o'clock in the morning. And let's say we manage to close this trade out at 93.40. So we make a total of 40 points. That's $80, and it only took about 40 minutes for the trade. And we got about half of a possible $160 with a time machine. Without it, if you can get $80, about half of it, that's often pretty typical. But remember, that's our job, to carve out some profit from a move. You're never going to be able to trade perfectly like you would with a time machine. Another nice thing about this trade is you see the green arrow up top there. From the time we sold this contract, we were never in the hole during the whole trade, no drawdown. And that makes it a lot easier to follow a trade. Now, you could have used a trailing stop or a stop limit in there, and you might have been stopped out with something less than $80. But the point is, once you have a nice $30, $40, $50 profit in something, don't sit there and watch it disappear and wind up losing money. That will make you very sad. That's one of the things you want to start learning right away as soon as you can. If you're a beginner, learn not to give those profits back. Sometimes we're tempted to hold on, and we start looking at patterns and seeing things that aren't there, like I talk about in the book some, how your brain can really trick you. And our brain, we're hardwired to look for those patterns all the time, so much so that we see them even when they aren't there. But one of the things you need to do is don't get into the habit of making hard, firm rules for a trade before you go into a trade. You can't tell the market that you want to make $60 and you're willing to risk $30, and if it says yes, you buy a ticket and walk in. The market doesn't care what you think, and it doesn't sell tickets, and you can't impose your will on the market. You have to do it the other way around. You have to learn to read the market and let it tell you what's going to be available during a trade. So check yourself. Keep your trade journal. Keep accurate records, and make sure that you aren't making yourself rules that are stopping you from actually being successful at trading. It's food for thought. All of us that trade want to have formulas, procedures, rules, and habits that we perform over and over again, and we can repeat our success and make it almost like a math formula. Well, you know it doesn't exist. No two snowflakes are alike, no two sets of fingerprints, and no 2 days in the market are ever just like the others. And that's why you can't have the comfort of a procedure that will always protect you and always make you money. You have to learn to be able to think on the fly. Learning to day trade anything, and especially the Micro Eminis or any type of stock index future, it takes experience. You have to learn to think on the fly and do it. That's why so many people can't do it. And it isn't for everyone. And maybe your temperament doesn't suit the risk category that it takes to be able to trade like this. And that's okay. You know, you can wear a belt and suspenders and do something else that's not risky at all and be perfectly happy. And maybe you should. I ran out of time, so I won't put the live trade segment in today, but it will be in the very next video, I promise. Be sure and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when we put up new videos. And the like button has a great use here on this channel. It's the way you tell me what you need to see. It's a way of saying you click like, it means, yeah, I want to see another video similar to this one. Do that and I would appreciate it. I hope every day is a payday for you. I'm Don Singletary, and thank you.